For me, working with Renewal was great. It was easy. They had a great process in place. It made things keep on track. The people at the office were terrific. You know, the one thing for me is that they all knew, like whether I went to the office or called the office, it seemed like everybody knew everything that was going on with our project. It was pretty amazing.
A big return along the front here.
So we only do residential. We don't do commercial work. We don't do high rises. We work on people's houses. We do anything that has to do with a house.
Well, I think for most people, their house is probably their biggest single investment. It's their favorite place to go. It's where they raise a family, meet with friends, entertain. It's where they come to the end of the day and they get rest. And so for most people, their house is really important to them. Everybody that comes to us for a renovation has some kind of initial problem. And my job is basically to solve it and then to translate that problem into a solution and then put together the plans and the drawings so that can actually be built.
Tell me what you think about what needs to be done, what structurally, physically, is in need of help. And then we'll talk about the cosmetics. But first we wanted to talk with somebody who knew about the bones.
I learned of Renewal through a friend of ours. He knew we were moving back to town into a house that needed work. Had not had any work done since 1938 when it was built. And he suggested Renewal because he had had work done by Renewal and he was very pleased with it.
When clients come to us and they say, hey, I want to remodel my kitchen, I want to build a master suite addition, I want to do my bathroom, and they have a budget, the challenge is, does their budget meet their scope of work that they want to do? So since we can do both the design work and the build work, we work very hard to match a budget to the project itself.
You know, as you begin to peel back the walls and tear up the floors, certainly you're going to see things that need to be repaired.
Yeah, and we were given options, for a few of the unforeseen things that did come up. You have to do this, but you can either do this, this, or this. So you were given a choice of how you wanted to, what would best meet your needs, which was something I really, really liked about them.
We have the best team, and we take a team approach. If you think about any sports team, you're only as good as the players on the team, and that is really true here as well. So we meet regularly about every project. Everyone has a particular point of view, has a different level of expertise, and it's a combined level of expertise and experiences that help us deliver every time.
There are a number of reasons why someone should trust us. I would say number one would be, the experience factor. The folks who work at Renewal have combined numerous years of experience doing this type of work. This is not something we just learned how to do yesterday. The folks, our project managers, have an extensive wealth and knowledge in residential construction, and the ability to have someone oversee your project personally and not worrying that they're also the framer, they're not also the bookkeeper, they're not also the roofer, they're not also the estimator. Their job is only to oversee your project, so you have someone who's going to be your point of contact throughout the entire job.
A question would have popped into your head. If it had to do with the philosophy or the design, it was a Brent question. If it had to do with physical nuts and bolts and walls and paint, then it was a John question. But either way, you could pick up the phone on these guys and call them and tell them what you think.
The finish line is really where you see did all that planning and did all that care at the beginning actually come out and make a good renovation.